Okay, hello everybody. This is ThatMad85, and today we're doing a tech chat. Tech chats I'm trying to do every weekend. Gonna try and keep it Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern. Is just kind of a bit of talk about what is happening in the world of technology. A lot of times it's gonna be video games, but it just depends on what's making news at the time. And this week, in fact, just starting a couple days ago, we've had this feud between Apple and Fortnite, and you may have seen a little bit of it on the news, just online on Twitter, on Fortnite. If you actually play, I know they had a big reveal about this, but you may not know a whole lot about it, or maybe you don't know anything about it. And heck, even if you don't like Apple, even if you don't play Fortnite, this is still kind of interesting news and affects more than just Fortnite and Apple. So let's start by giving the basics here. What is happening? I'm assuming you guys know who Apple is. I'm assuming you guys know what Fortnite is. We'll skip that. So what's happening? Well, Fortnite is available on almost every platform possible, and this includes for your phone on either the Android store or the Apple store. And it's what is known as free to play. You can download the game for free. You can play it for free. You can even get some stuff in the game for free, limited amounts. But where they make their money is that they have an in-game currency. You buy their in-game currency and they give you little bonuses. For some games, this gives you a leg up on everyone else. On other games, such as Fortnite, it just gives you customizations that you can make for the game. You can give yourself a new skin, which is basically changing what your character looks like. You can get skins for your gun, skins for your character, new clothes for them to wear, new dances for them to do, and all that stuff. And that's why you would buy the in-game currency, is to unlock these things for you, so you can have a little more fun when you're playing. Or if you're like a streamer, it makes your stream a little more interesting to viewers who are going to watch it. Now, here's the thing. So this applies also to the Google Play Store, but it's most especially to the Apple Store. They have a terms of service for people to put the games up there. They're taking a 30% cut of the money made. A lot of times, or at least the way it used to be if you wanted a game or application for your phone, you bought the game or application for whatever the price was, and then you just have it. But for mobile games especially, how it works now basically is you're getting the game for free, but you're buying the in-game currency. So it's supposed to be set up so that if people want the in-game currency, they need to go to the Apple Store, find the in-game currency, and buy it there, and then Apple gets their cut. But what Fortnite did was allow people to buy the in-game currency in-game, bypassing Apple and not giving Apple any of the money for those transactions. Well, since this violates Apple's terms of service, they kicked Fortnite out of their store, basically. And this, again, also applies to Google. Google, from what I understand, doesn't require as big of a cut of the money, but again, they cut Google and Apple out as a middleman altogether, and Google kicked them off too. So if you're playing this on your cell phone, what does this mean? If you already have the game, doesn't mean anything right now. Right now, you can still play the game if you already have it downloaded. If you don't have it downloaded, it's not on the store anymore. You cannot find it to download it. However, if you're playing it on a console or on your PC, this doesn't apply to you at all. So if you have a phone and you don't have the game, or you have the... Well, okay, so let's say you have the game on the phone. You're still playing it right now because it's fine. within a bit of time, there's going to be some sort of updates. They're always patching the game or adding new stuff. And once this happens, you're not going to be able to update it because the automatic update servers through Google or through Apple are not going to update because it doesn't have the game anymore, obviously. So, what are the workarounds here? If you still want to play on your cell phone, there are ways of getting the updates, the newest versions of the games, third party, and then uploading it onto your jailbroken phone and playing it that way. But for a lot of people, that's not an option, I guess. And technically, I think that's illegal. I think jailbreaking your phone is still illegal, even though it definitely shouldn't be. That's a whole topic for a whole nother show, and I could go a good long time with that. But I think altering your phone's operating system is illegal in the U.S. as of right now. So where are we at? Yes, so Epic, the creators of Fortnite, knew what was going on. This wasn't a surprise to them that they got their game taken down. They didn't like the 30% cut, which is honestly kind of ridiculous to me. It's a lot of money to be taken for every transaction, almost a full third of the money that's flowing to the game going to Apple for just for hosting it on their store. That's all they're doing is allowing it to be on the store, and for that they're taking a 30% cut of all money made. They're not creating the game. They don't have to advertise the game. They're not adding anything to the game. They're not coding the game. They're not designing the game. Nothing. They're just saying, here's our store. You're allowed to be here if you give us 30% of all the money you make. Yes, so that to me seems a bit ridiculous. So, yes, Fortnite knew this was going to happen. What they did was, before they even had this happen, what they did was cut a promo video that they showed in game, which so as soon as they got kicked out, which again they knew was going to happen, they displayed this video as an event in the game. The video was a parody of the 1984 commercial, of the Apple commercial that was parodying itself, 1984, when it first came out to really blow the minds of people that were using PCs at the time. It was a parody of a parody. This was a big thing for when Apple was kind of breaking the mold. And by releasing this video, they both kind of announced what they were doing. They gave themselves this big kind of trying to get people behind them by saying, we're doing the just thing. We're unjustly being taken advantage of with Apple taking all of our money. And I mean, to use a newer phrase, it's big shade being thrown around. And we've had other game companies who also don't feel like it's a fair marketplace, or fair that Apple's doing this, speak up on Fortnite's behalf, saying that they're happy that they're standing up to Apple. They've had Apple respond, saying that this is dumb and unfair and they don't deserve to be criticized like this. And it's drawn a lot of commentary from the tech community. Kotaku has several articles on it. IGN has articles on it. There's a lot of people saying a lot of stuff, and there's a lot of angles that this is being viewed from. So I've seen a whole lot of, obviously there's people that are Mac fans, are Apple fans, and anytime anybody speaks out against Apple, they're all, I can't believe that you would say this about Apple. Fortnite making billions of dollars a year, so why should they, millions of dollars a year, so why should they be upset that they're not making, even more millions of dollars a year? They're already making enough. They're trying to recruit all these kids to be on their side. They're trying to use the media to influence everybody to be on their side instead of actually looking at what's happening. And you have the other side, a ton of people that play Fortnite, especially, honestly, and as an aside, I can't imagine playing Fortnite on a phone. That has to be really hard and not a great experience, but if that's what you want to do, that's completely fine. And if you're one of the millions of people that play on your iPhone, you you either don't have a way of playing it now, or you soon are going to be locked out, and you're angry, and you don't care about the politics, you don't care about the money, you just want to play Fortnite. And right now, Apple is being spotlighted as the bad guy in this from that point of view. They're trying, being greedy. We're talking about Fortnite being a billionaire company. Apple's a trillionaire company. And they're trying to take, 30% cut, which is just a ton of money from anybody that's selling on their marketplace. And they don't exactly have a sparkling record either in terms of manufacturing their iPhones in China and sweatshops. The fact that they're an American company, quote unquote, but they're quote unquote based out of Ireland because Ireland doesn't have taxes. So a majority of their income that they make as a company doesn't go to, say, like the American economy because they're based out of Ireland. So yeah, shady deals all around. That shouldn't be surprising. Honestly, it's something that's a truism almost anywhere, but especially in these businesses and companies. If you think that someone or something is sparkling clean and you want to believe that they're the 100% innocence that they want to portray, you are a little jaded, to be honest. Every company has wheelings and dealings that are a little under the table, especially as a company. The people in the company are trying to do the best for the company. And if you're not cheating, you're not trying, is what they say in sports. It's kind of true in business too. I'm not happy about that. I'm not okay with that. That's just how it is. And sometimes you got to accept it. If you want to do something about it, you got to do something about it. But I guess pointing a finger at one and trying to ignore the other is not really the way to go about it. So then you also have people that are just kind of like, both sides are crap and there's no winners here, we're just losers. And I gotta say, that's not really the case either. I don't know what exactly Apple's losing here. I guess they're losing money, but why do you care again that there are trillionaires that are losing money? On the other hand, though, you get a lot of people that are also like, why do I care? It's millionaires fighting billionaires. Why do I care? Why can't they just be happy with all the money they have? It's not just about money. It's a lot about money. It's a bit about business practices. It's a bit about, Fortnite has a lot of money. But if I were to release an app on the Apple App Store, say, it's a painting app that I created. Actually, you know what? I've created a Pong app. It's a Pong app I've created. I'm just asking people to pay $1 for it. And I'm going to only make 60 cents, or so I guess 70 cents off of each one that I sell. That's a little more hurting my pocketbook because I'm definitely not a billionaire. I'm definitely not a millionaire. I'm hardly a thousandaire. So it's more about trying, because again of laws and business practices. This is just going on because they can get away with it. And in the world of our economy, capitalism. There you go. In the world of capitalism, the way it's supposed to work is that if you have a bad business practice, then people don't go to it, and then it changes, or else it goes away because it's not getting any business. And this is the step towards that. So things will change or things will go away. I don't think Fortnite's going to go away because they have plenty of fans and they have plenty of other ways to play Fortnite. Apple, on the other hand, again, is a little scared. All of a sudden, all these people are drawing attention to their business practices. They'd rather just not have the attention, not have to deal with it, and keep getting what they're getting. They don't want to, okay, so we're going to go down to 25%, or okay, we're going to go down to 20%, or make all these different rules. They want to just go ahead and keep taking the money, and as long as people are quiet, they're going to keep getting their money. Again, this is all just explanations up to this point. So, another big comment I've been hearing is about the commercial, about the promo that Fortnite ran, the parody of the Apple parody of 1984. And people are big butthurt about this. How dare you use this commercial? That was Apple's thing, or it doesn't make sense in this sense, or you're just trying to unite people behind a cause that isn't really just, and trying to do all this politics instead of just staying at the heart of the matter. And in some ways that's true. So the commercial, I guess, is if you haven't seen the movie 1984, and to be honest, I haven't either, but I know enough about the movie that basically they're saying that, all these people are just sheeple. They're just following mindlessly whatever is popular. When Apple did it, they were talking about Windows. People were just on Windows because it's their only choice, or it's the popular choice. They're not giving Mac a chance because Mac is better, and it would be better, but they're not as popular because Windows is. So they have the person stand up in the middle of all these sheeple, notice that something's wrong, and throws a big sledgehammer at the big mind-washing TV that everybody's watching to bust it open. He's supposed to represent Apple. He's breaking out of the box. He's going off and showing everybody a better way. So then you have Fortnite doing the same thing, except it's with Fortnite characters. And does it make sense? I don't know. It depends on who you're calling the sheeple. If you're calling all of the players sheeples, it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. If you're calling all the other companies that are, in lockstep with Apple's practices, because they want to be on the Apple App Store, they want to be on people's Apple iPhones, then I guess kinda, but there isn't a better way. What Fortnite is doing is just, I guess, pulling themselves out of the marketplace, and it just not being available, I guess. Again, you have to hack your phone, or I guess there's a few other ways, like that may be pulled out of the Google App Store or the Google Play Store. But if you have a tablet like I do, it might still be in like the Samsung stores. Samsung has their offshoot of the Play Store. You might be able to find some other legal ways, but basically they've just pulled out. Sure, they're trying to control the politics of the situation, because that's what this is about, and that's what this is going to come down to. If you get enough people to be like, hey, this is unfair, I'm with them, I want this back, then Apple's going to have to change their policies. If they don't, then Apple is still going to have a lot of other games on their stores and a lot of people that want to use them. And that's what it really comes down to. Is 30% too much? I personally think it is. But that's not up to me, because I don't have anything to do with it. It's up to Apple how much of a cut they want. It's up to the software producers how much they're willing to give to get their game on these platforms. So that's how capitalism works. Either it's going to hurt Apple and they'll adjust, or it's not going to hurt Apple and Fortnite will have to just come crawling back or whatever. We'll see, I guess. So the other part about this is that Fortnite is suing Apple, and maybe Google also. I'm not sure about that exactly, but they're trying to sue Apple, and their claims are basically that Apple is helping to monopolize other software. So why does this make sense? It kind of does, in that, sure, you can play Fortnite on other places, but if you have an iPhone, if that's your only way to play Fortnite, then you can't, basically. But what you can do is play other games that are still on the Apple Store. So, is that favoritism? Are they saying, hey, go play maybe PUBG? I don't know if PUBG is in the Apple App Store, but it's a similar game, PUBG. So they're saying, hey, go play PUBG. You can play PUBG, but you can't play Fortnite. So we're funneling all that money and advertisement and availability to PUBG, but not to Fortnite. I don't know if monopoly is a good claim. I do think that there may be something there. That might be why Google may not be being sued, if they're not being sued. I know Google's kind of open to everybody with their caveat, and they can pull you off the store, but it's open for, hey, go ahead, submit, we'll put it up kind of thing with your apps. Whereas Apple's a lot more discriminative about what exactly your app is, how long it's in approval, if it gets approval, if it doesn't get approval. So they're a bit more discriminatory. It's not just, hey, everybody's up here except for the people that don't meet our qualifications. It's only, hey, it's like, hey, only the people we want are on here, and the people we don't aren't on here. So what's to say that they're like, hey, Fortnite's pissed us off, even though they're meeting all of our qualifications. We just don't like them, so we're going to say, no, you're not approved, which could be the case soon. But as far as a lawsuit goes, I don't know. I don't think that they can really claim monopoly. I mean, maybe you can work the legal system to be in your favor, and that's what the lawyers are going to be for both sides. Whether they should or shouldn't be able to, they're going to be looking into whether they can or can't. And obviously, Fortnite wouldn't be doing this if they didn't have a chance. I don't think this is just a gigantic advertising ploy. I think that they believe they can win this, and that means that they at least have a chance here. Of course, again, Apple also has lawyers, but maybe they already were pre-studying this in case anybody was going to challenge them on it. But otherwise, Fortnite kind of has the jump by knowing that they were going to do this and having taken the time to study it before they actually jump in on it. So, if you want personal opinions, let's go ahead and give you a couple here. Who is in the wrong? I don't really think... Well, okay, so Fortnite agreed that they're going to pay 30%, and once they tried to bypass that, they broke their agreement. Should they have been kicked off the store? Sure, they should. They have a gripe against Apple. Apple's taking too much money. Do I think Apple's taking too much money? I do think they are taking too much money. Does that mean that Fortnite should be allowed to bypass them? No, not really, not necessarily. But here's the thing about phones, and as I was talking about, jailbreaking your phone is illegal. There's a lot of shady practices here, like... to look at it in a nice view, especially in Apple's point of view, they just have a marketplace, and they're like, hey, this is how much it costs to be on the marketplace, because when you're on the marketplace, people can find you, and if you're not on the marketplace, people can't find you. So we're taking a little bit of the money kind of as a finder's fee. We're finding the people for you and connecting them to your app. We're making it easy for them to download your app and install it. We're making it easy for you to give updates and have it pushed out to all the people and notifications and all, I guess not notifications, but the updates. We're making all that easy for you and your customer to connect without making it too hard. Because the alternative would be, hey, we have a website. If you buy it, we'll send you the file for it. How they wouldn't keep that from being a DRM thing instead of just one person buying it and distributing the files, I don't know. But they could be like, hey, we're selling this on our website. If you buy it, we'll send you the file, or you can download the file. You can hook up your phone, put it on your phone, install it on your phone, and then you have it. And anytime we have updates, we either have to go through the app for updates, which is pretty much how it works for some games. I guess it depends on the update. I know I have some games on my Android phone that will update it. You start it up, it checks for an update, it does the update, and it's good to go. But I have other games too that will say, hey, we have an update, you need to go to the store and update it, and then we'll let you play. And I think I have some games that do little updates that are pushed out, but bigger updates, you have to go to the store and download them. So the problem with trying to do that, one is, again, it's harder to get out there and let people know. It's harder for people to find it. From working in technology and tech help, I know that people have trouble doing any sort of thing. Honestly, I'm not sure how many people could figure out downloading, putting it onto your phone, and installing it. Plus, the phones, if you have a legit app, I don't know what qualifies as legit, but if you have a legit app, you can install it that way. For a lot of phones, if you don't have a legit app or a third-party app or whatever they call it, you have to put your phone in like developer mode, and then you have to allow third-party apps, and then you have to push it. And even for some apps, that's not enough. You have to jailbreak your phone to make it open, not connected straight to one carrier or operating system, to modify the operating system a little bit, and then you can push the apps on there. Again, I have an Android phone. I don't have an Apple phone, so I'm not exactly as certain how Apple goes about it. But what I'm trying to say is, not only is it hard, it might frankly be illegal, because Apple says you have to get apps through our app store, or else they're not allowed. And then they have the app store, and they're like, okay, and if you want to be in our app store, you have to pay $30. So your choices to Fortnite are either you don't get to be on our phone, or you pay us 30% of every sale that you make. Like I said, Fortnite trying to go around Apple shouldn't be able to do that. They got kicked out. That's fine. That's all working. Should Apple be creating a monopoly on their phone like this? Probably not, and we'll see if that's technically illegal or if it's just bad business practice once they go through the lawsuit and all that stuff. If you have your own opinions on this that you want to weigh in, feel free to leave them, if you're watching this on YouTube, in the comments. Speaking of YouTube, check this out. Check me out on YouTube, ThatMad85 on YouTube. Check out my other videos. Again, I'm doing tech chats every Saturday at 2 Eastern is what I'm trying to aim for. But if you want to make sure that you know what the topic is, when exactly it's happening, what else I'm doing, check out my Twitter, ThatMad85. And to help promote everything else, I also am doing a movie podcast with my buddy Pat called Bearded Reviews. We put that up on YouTube. Look for Bearded Reviews on YouTube. And I do a podcast that we stream live Wednesdays at 6 Eastern, 5 Central, about WWE, AEW, and possibly the rest of the world of wrestling, professional wrestling. And that is streamed on John Bear Gaming's, or it might just be John Bear now, John Bear's Twitch page. Again, he's also promoting that if you go find him on Twitter at John Bear. Otherwise, thank you for watching, and get ready for a new topic next weekend. I'll be trying to post some extra stuff when I got time, be it these little text chats, or possibly building custom computers, or going over different thrift finds I found. Got a lot of things going on, and hope you like the content and check it out. Thank you, and see you next time.